Welcome to Brooklyn Center High School. It's Monday Night Volleyball, Tri-Metro Conference style here tonight. Columbia Heights Highlanders with a 2-8 record coming in against the Centaurs, who are looking for their first victory of the season in what will be their last match of this season. They are shutting down sports here at Brooklyn Center due to the COVID numbers in the area. Jay Wilcox here with Fong Long, the former Benilde St. Margaret's coach, and these teams did meet very early in the season, but it's a different Columbia Heights lineup than what we're going to see tonight. They had, at the beginning of the season, some COVID issues in their program, so they were very much shorthanded at that time.
That's right, and to listen to Coach Awesome talk about this, the fact that they still won in 5 sets the first game of the year the first time they played against Brooklyn Center, he says they've actually made some great strides since then, and tonight I think he's got a full lineup ready to go against Brooklyn Center.
BC just one senior, and they've got some athletes. I mean, obviously they've had a program that hasn't done especially well in volleyball in these recent seasons, and they've losing some players here and there along the way, but they're making progress. And Coach Martinez said there are some things we do well. We've gotten a lot better at hitting, and they're looking to come out tonight and against the team they had a good match with the first time around and see what they can do.
Yeah, I think he definitely expects a good match. Hopefully the outcome could be a little different, but he expects a very good match against Columbia Heights. The one promising thing for Brooklyn Center is that they only start one senior. In fact, they only have one senior on the whole roster here. So, these players are getting some very valuable playing time this year that's only going to help them in the future for subsequent seasons here. And we expect them to be much more competitive next year because of this experience they're getting this year.
And Columbia Heights kind of said the same. They've just got the one senior in their lineup as well. And, Coach Awesome, as you mentioned too, they had to throw some people into the fire early. And even though at the time it might be a little bit painful, it, can help you in succeeding years to have had a little bit of that varsity experience. And, you hope they kind of grow together. He said their 10th grade class in particular is a pretty good one for the Highlanders. So they're hoping that bodes well for the future for them. And obviously this season, nobody was quite sure if we were even going to get in it at all. It's going to end just a little bit earlier than expected for Brooklyn Center. Columbia Heights is hoping that they're going to be able to play through the section playoffs. Obviously the numbers around the state are not great right now, and everybody's kind of holding their breath to see, are we going to be able to finish this, shortened fall season even, and then what's going to happen with winter. But for right now, they're here and they want to get, do the best they can to get the rest of their season in.
Well, absolutely, and if nothing else but youth sports, it provides that one outlet for them. I mean, Columbia Heights have been remote learning all season long, and as we've talked to Coach Awesome before this, playing volleyball, getting together to practice and getting together for the games is their one outlet. I mean, that breaks up the day, breaks up the monotony. So this is kind of their safe harbor here. And if this can serve for anything, this is that one good silver lining of just being able to get together and play, regardless of what the outcome's going to be.
Take a quick time out here, and we'll come back with the start of tonight's matchup. It is Brooklyn Center and Columbia Heights here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back. Brooklyn Center is in the black uniforms and Columbia Heights in the yellow or gold as we get set to begin our opening set here tonight at Brooklyn Center. There's a look at the starting lineup. First of all, for Zach Awesome and the Highlanders from Columbia Heights. He is in his 5th season as their head coach. And got their second win of the season on Friday, so kind of coming in with a little momentum, if you will. They got that first win against BC the first time they played, and then getting win number 2 on Friday against Richfield. Here's the starters for Brooklyn Center, and Nayeli Williams is their only senior in the program right now, and it'll be Makeda Aldrich, who's a pretty talented freshman, who will be starting out with the serve here for Brooklyn Center, and we are underway. Centaurs will come to the outside. Williams getting a swing, but dug up there by Aaliyah Dumoulin. Trying to go down the line with it, but missed was Williams, so Columbia Heights will get the side out as they get on the board first, and serving now will be Sakaya Howard-Reynolds, the setter for the Highlanders.
In that first point, Brooklyn Center went to Nayeli twice here. She's kind of their spark plug on offense. Even though she's undersized, she's amazing. She's a really good athlete with a lot of vertical to her, so they're going to keep going back to her over and over tonight.
Service error there will give Brooklyn Center its first point, and Javiana Lynch will serve now for the Centaurs. Come middle, and that one will scrape over the net. Lila Bergen, who is a sophomore and kind of one of their go-to weapons, it sounds like. It gets the kill there for a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, Coach Awesome had high praise for her, and she's only a sophomore. She's got a pretty bright future coming up, and I think they're going to give her a heavy dosage tonight as well.
Free ball chance here for the Highlanders. And that one put away by Gama as Yervang got to it. Couldn't quite get that pass up to where she wanted it there. As you look at Ramon Martinez, now 11th year as Centaurs leader. Bergen serving again here. Overpass there, landed on the top of the net, and then put away by Dumoulin for the Highlanders.
Well, it started off with a nice aggressive serve by Bergen and awareness by Dumoulin at the net on 2 putbacks.
And Centaurs didn't quite communicate there as it winds up as an ace. And Coach Martinez did say serve receive, has been a struggle for their team this year. And I think a lot of teams, when you don't have a lot of experience, when you don't play a ton of volleyball, that kind of is the first thing that presents a little bit of a problem. If you can kind of get to the point where you've somewhat mastered that, you're getting a leg up to becoming a better team. But right now they're having a tough time with it.
They definitely are, and it's, every coach will tell you, if you can't pass, you can't set, and you can't hit. So it always starts with that first contact, and Brooklyn Center is going to be tested tonight, especially with a good server like Bergen here.
That time they went away from Vang, but Sheridan Zach also, Bevis had a little trouble playing that one as well. And they're seeming a little hesitant. They're not making a good, strong call as far as who's taking it.
Yeah, and I don't think it definitely doesn't help that Bergen's really putting a little pace to this ball here and serving right in the seams between the middle back and, in this case, the right back here. A good timeout, smart timeout by Coach Martinez here to kind of calm them down a little bit and to tell them, hey, look, it starts with that first contact. Let's worry about that first and foremost.
And right now, the thing that you can almost see that a couple of the players, it's almost like they're hoping the ball doesn't come their way, and you're hoping it's the opposite, that they want the ball to come to them.
Yeah, and hope is not a strategy, but that's right. And hopefully one of these players will step up here for them, and maybe the ball has gone back to the libero a number of times here. Hopefully she can step up here and make a good pass and get them into offense.
Long and I were talking before the match that, okay, granted, it's dating us a little, it goes back a ways, but Columbia Heights at one time was like the powerhouse in the state in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, they were. I think that one time they won 3 consecutive state titles, and they were definitely the powerhouse. That's where all the big players went to.
Williams with the tip, and going down to try and dig it up was Howard Reynolds, but her pass goes out of play, and Brooklyn Center finally breaks the streak.
That was a smart play by Williams. She recognized that the timing was a little off to take a big swing. She kind of tipped that ball over and found a little gap for that point.
And illegal contact there as wasn't clean off the hands of Sakaya Howard Reynolds, so point for the Centaurs. It's 8-3.
You know, refs are letting it play this year for the most part. That one was too obvious. They had to call that one, but I think they're letting it fairly loose this year.
Williams had to go a long way for that one. The ball wasn't set where she was expecting it, so 9-3 lead now for Heights.
You can definitely tell that Brooklyn Center favors going to Williams when she's up there. The setter hasn't looked at any of the other hitters right now. Hopefully she can take a look and distribute a little more. There we go.
Come right side with it that time for Sierra Fisher. Good block put up by Kurtler. And that one's going to drop in as Heaven Gigi there had their first one blocked, and then the second one she actually didn't get that much of it, but it kind of trickled over into an open spot.
I think she found barely enough court there to get that point.
That pass into the net. Centaur's not going to be able to recover, and again a little trouble getting that first pass up and locating their setter.
Yeah, that pass pushed that setter in too tight that net to try to make a play.
Dumoulin the serve here. Her team up 11-3. Off the tape there, Williams trying to fight that one off, and Jama will get the kill for the Highlanders.
That was a nice aggressive swing by Jama. She did hit the tape on that one, and fortunate enough it rolled over, but even Williams made a nice dig, just no one was there to take that second contact.
That one went off the side of the hand a little bit of Dumoulin, so she had a pretty good run, but it ends there with a service error. 12-4 lead now for Heights, as Nayeli Williams will serve. Williams is a good aggressive server. I was watching her in warm-ups, and she definitely can give a team trouble.
Yeah, she certainly proved it there, too.
And couldn't dig that one up. It was a nice use of the court there, pushing that ball to the outside.
She saw the right front just kind of cheating back a little bit, and still found that gap.
Kama will get the kill there for Heights. 13-4 lead now for the Highlanders. Serve from Michaela Walker. And a ball handling error there against the Centaurs.
Kind of eerie being in a gym here where there aren't any parents around. It's just the players from the other teams that have played earlier tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, no fans. They've gone within the sports that resumed here at Brooklyn Center. They're all season. That one pushed just deep.
You know, that was a smart attempt by Walker to push that corner. There was an opening there. She just pushed it just a little deep there. But, you know, that's a pretty heads-up play, even though it didn't result in a point for Columbia Heights.
Emma Olson to serve here for Brooklyn Center. Her team trailing at 14-5. Bergen rolling one deep. Come to the outside, and that one is too strong from Aldrich. Right idea, but just didn't quite keep it on the court.
She had a good, healthy swing on that one, just not enough spin to keep it in. You know, I got to give a shout-out, though, to Leila Bergen. She just is now rotating the front row. She's a middle hitter, has played back row. That's not very common anymore these days. Usually these middle hitters come out from the back row, but she's playing all 6 rotations, and she's shown that she can handle and pass that ball from the back row.
Caitlin Kaiseth getting an ace there for the Highlanders. Ball that looked like it possibly was going to be out, but they played it. Another opportunity there for Aldrich, and that time into the net.
You know, it was set up by a nice pass again by Williams and nice set, and you know, it was a good swing. I mean, it's not something that Coach Martinez could be disappointed about.
Setter attacking the second ball there. Oh, and the Highlanders this time a little miscommunication or lack of, as Bergen and Kaiseth both started to go for that ball, and then at that point it was too late to do anything with it.
That was a really heads-up play by Javiana Lynch there to the setter there to attack that ball rather than try to make a set out of a very tight pass.
Kurtler with the serve. Here's Bergen pushing it over and punched on over by Lynch. Bergen getting a swing here, but it's dug up, but Centaurs got crossed up and trying to get to that. It was actually a pretty good dig.
It was a really good dig by Howard Reynolds there, but off of a really good aggressive swing by Bergen.
And a service error there by Jama for Columbia Heights, so Centaurs will get it back, facing a big deficit though here in this opening set. Aldrich with the serve. Oh! That one was, I'm not sure where that hit her, but, and they're gonna have a ball handling error there on the Centaurs. Heights didn't talk enough on that serve, and it ended up hitting the libero Kaiseth up high. Luckily she got the goggles on in case it was needed.
I think it hit her in the right shoulder, and prior to that I actually think it may have been 4 touches. The other player reached out, may have touched it and as the first contact, but it was coming so fast.
Howard Reynolds serving up an ace there for Columbia Heights. Williams has to back off, but sends it nicely down the line. And get a ball handling error there against the Highlanders to give it back to BC.
I think that's like the 4th ball handling call we've seen from the up ref tonight, and that's more than I've seen all year, because they've kind of let this go this year with less emphasis on ball handling.
Daviana Lynch serving for the Centaurs. Chip down the line, and Dumoulin will score for Heights with that one. Good read on the court.
Yeah, that was a really good deception by Dumoulin. She went up to looking like she was going to attack that ball, and then all the last second kind of threw that to the right back position where the player couldn't handle.
Here's Lila Bergen with the serve, and off the ceiling. They made an effort but couldn't keep it going. So 22-8 now for Heights. Ooh, good, tough serve. Centaurs going to be able to recover, though, and get it over. Bergen hitting from the back. Another opportunity put away by Dumoulin.
Similar point to what she had before, where she kind of just threw it this time off the right side blocker.
Timeout taken here by Brooklyn Center as the Highlanders up to 23-8 now. BC did a nice job of handling that really tough serve, and you kind of you're hoping when you make a play like that you end up winning the point. It didn't work out that way, but you try and build on the little things that do go well for you, and that was an opportunity to show that they were still hustling anyway.
When we've seen BC with good serve receive balls, they've actually been in system, had some nice attempts where they won some of the points there. You could kind of see what they can do off of a good pass. It's just a matter of developing that consistency for a good serve receive right now, and at times they've been struggling with it. But also credit goes to Columbia Heights for being aggressive servers. That's one of the attributes that Coach Awesome told us about this year for them in terms of one of their strengths this year, and they're certainly showing it right now.
Bergen in particular, I think, has been a tough server.
This is probably her 7th or 8th attempt in 2 rotations.
And a swing from the middle there, but Bevis unable to get that one over.
But again, set up by a nice pass there, able to be in system. It's just a matter of just finishing that point, which I know they can do, just being able to execute it.
Set point chance here for Bergen. Oh, and that one is off the shoulder of Vang, and that will wrap up the first set for Columbia Heights. Looked like that ball probably was deep, but Vang, unable to get out of the way. So a 25-8 win here for Columbia Heights in the first set. We'll come back with set number 2 here from Brooklyn Center High School.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.
And welcome back here to Brooklyn Center. 25-8 Highlanders took the first set over Brooklyn Center in our Tri-Metro Conference volleyball match. Thanks for joining us here on this Monday evening. And again, unfortunately for Brooklyn Center, it will be their last match of the season as their district has opted to halt sports for the time being, and the football team did not get to play in the playoffs, and nor will the volleyball team. And they are also not going to be starting their winter sports until at least January 4th. There's Nate Gouch, the athletic director here at Brooklyn Center, and they're, it's been a tough year for that, but I'm still not willing to say that it wasn't the right idea to at least try this season. I mean, we've gotten through a good percentage of the matches and games, and I think it's been, a better alternative maybe than trying to play in March. That's just my own opinion.
I agree with you on that one, and who knows whether they would even be playing in March at this point. And like I said, it's provided a nice outlet for many of these kids. Remember, this has started back in March of last year, so they've been pretty much inactive and staying from home this whole time. This is the one normalcy for them here, the one sense of normalcy. And so it's provided some relief for them. And whether they got in 9 games or they're going to finish all the way through sections, I think it still has been a positive experience for them.
Sakaya Howard Reynolds will serve for the Highlanders as we begin set number 2. Williams hustling to just barely get to that one. And a misfire there by Jama, so first point goes up for the Centaurs.
That was a nice job by Williams to step in on that service ball. She saw that drop and it was going to fall in between 2 players, and she was able to still make a nice pass to keep that ball alive and ultimately win that point.
Here's Williams to serve for Brooklyn Center. Ooh, and it's a tough one. They come right side with it off Bergen's block attempt. Bergen will have to send it over. Near collision there for the Centaurs. They do get it over with Olsen. Bergen pushing it over. That went off the ceiling. Bergen did a nice job staying with it as it hit the rafters there. Williams rolling one over, but Howard Reynolds digging it up. And that one sprayed wide of the court there as they try to go to Dankwe and Lee.
It's a nice competitive point for both sides. They're keeping that ball alive and still staying aggressive.
Floater this time. Sent on over there by Walker. And that one's going to be in. Nice court placement there by Aldrich. I like the way she full extension coming right over the top there.
Yeah, she had a nice snap on that ball. It's how that ball was able to come back down in that court here. In the first set, she didn't snap, and that ball sailed deep. Did a nice job there to keep that ball in play. Great start for Brooklyn Center.
3-0 lead for BC. Sent over here by Kurtler. Now a free ball chance the other way. Dug up there nicely by Kaiseth. Good rally again here. These teams playing, well, BC in particular has picked it up, playing a little bit sharper than in the first. And the kill there finally recorded by Jama as it caught some tape and kind of changed direction on that one, made it a tougher ball to handle.
Yeah, another good point by both teams here. Already we're seeing a huge change for BC in this set, keeping balls alive and passing so much better to give themselves a chance on the offensive end.
Bergen with the serve. And Williams, I think, tried to do a little too much with that ball, hitting from the back row there, and it's 3-2.
I think she was surprised that bump set came back to her for a third contact.
Bergen, that one diving, and they'll not be able to get it up. Williams tried to stick with that one. We could really see the dive on that ball.
Yeah, that had a lot of drop to it. I think it certainly faked Williams out.
And Williams that time kind of caught in between, switching from underhand to overhand pass. And so it's another ace for Bergen, 4-3.
I think when she decided to take with her hands, it was too late. The ball was already on top of her, and that's the typical result of when something like that happens.
Bergen, another tough serve for an ace as Vang unable to pass that ball accurately.
Boy, how impressed are you with Bergen tonight here? She does it everywhere. From the serving end, she's also done a nice job in the back row, but then when she's playing middle front there, she's won a number of points for him. Promising future for this sophomore.
Sent over there by Kurtler. We come to the outside again and down the line, and that ball just out. Not a bad idea by Aldrich, but didn't quite find the court.
Good idea by Aldrich. Just timing was a little off. She was a little ahead of that ball here, and she had to swing behind her back and try to bring it down that line.
Williams, a great effort to get to that one off the tape. Gives her team a chance anyway. Sent over by Kurtler. Oops. Misfire there by Jama for Columbia Heights. So Emma Olson, sophomore, will serve it up here for Brooklyn Center. Bergen, oops, that one went off the ceiling and then over. Of course, you can play it off the ceiling on your own side, but not sending it over. So Brooklyn Center to within a point now. That one's just going to be wide. I thought they were going to play it.
Yeah, sure looked like it.
They heard the out call just in time.
Yeah, good decision by Jama at the last second here to let that ball out. Barry was out, but it was a good decision.
Lee will serve now for Columbia Heights. Her team leading by 2 and make it 1. Jessica Perez will sub in here for Columbia Heights. As Lydia Kurtler to serve now for Brooklyn Center. And back out to the left side, but it's dug up. Williams punching that over with the left hand and got it in.
Nice location by Williams. Even it happened right in front of Coach Awesome there, and even he indicated it was an in call there.
A short serve here, and it gives the Highlanders trouble, but then pushed over. And a one-handed dig attempt there by Howard Reynolds, but couldn't get the pass where she wanted it.
You know, I commend BC here for just totally turning around in this set so far. Compared to their first set, they're very competitive in this game.
Tried to go down the line there, but that serve just wide.
They certainly haven't given up.
So evened up at 8 after that missed serve, and it will be Kayla Walker to serve here for Columbia Heights. Comes with the short floater, and it's going to drop in.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good here. Just a little overpass that found a seam, and the Highlanders weren't quick enough to get to that ball.
Aldrich to serve now for Brooklyn Center. Her team back in front by a point. And it's an ace. You're right, Brooklyn Center, they've already outscored themselves from the first set here.
Yeah.
Had 8 points in the first. They look like a much different team here in the second set. Bergen, a roll shot there, and it'll score.
Bergen's their go-to, regardless of whether she's in the front row or back row. They're going to find her, and she's definitely delivered on most of the opportunities she's gotten tonight.
Kaiseth to serve here for Heights. And too strong with that one. Just a couple little things haven't gone quite as well for Columbia Heights. They were pretty accurate servers in the first set, not quite as much here in the second.
Yep, and they were actually even more aggressive serving as well too, and more accurate, and then also Bergen Center's returned it much better.
Lynch with the serve here. And that one's sent wide as the Centaurs tried to attack on the second ball there. Sheridan Zach missing the court though, so it's 11-10, and Columbia Heights will have the serve.
Yeah, that was a good idea by Bevis to try to attack it on a second contact. And there was an opening there. She missed it only by about a foot or two.
Jama to serve here for Heights, and that'll be an ace. Even up at 11. And another ace for the Highlanders as Brooklyn Center kind of looking like they did a little bit more in the first set here, struggling to pass that first ball, so 12-11.
That ball is tough to handle. It had a little bit of a draw to it and going away from the passer.
Tried to go down the line this time, but missed.
She made the adjustment and was going to go down the other corner here and just try to paint that line on the right side.
Vang to serve here for the Centaurs, evened up at 12. And tipped over by Sakaya Howard-Reynolds there as the pass didn't give her much of an option to do anything with that one, so just tipping it over on the second ball.
Yeah, just alert play to making an offensive attack off of a tough situation, a tough pass, try to set off of.
And that one will scrape over there for Vang. Williams sending it over. Now they get a Bergen a swing in the middle, and that ball was good.
Well, the line judge called it in. I think the R1.
Oh, you're right.
Overruled that.
And that serve will be too long, so
I think the
14-13 now for the Highlanders.
The upper ref called her for a foot fault violation before the ball was sailed out anyways, but
Bergen the serve. And Jama kind of struggled a little bit when hitting from off the net that far.
Yeah, her timing seems a little off. She's a little too early on these sets here, and as a result, she's had to reach back a number of times, and the ball hasn't been able to clear that net.
Emma Olson to serve here for BC. Come middle with it there, and Kurtler would like to have that one to do again.
That was a nice play all the way up until when she had to attack that ball. Everything was in good form, and
at first I thought there was a chance she was hurt, but I think she was kind of embarrassed more than anything, or laughing a little bit. So there's an ace serve for the Centaurs. Or for the Highlanders, excuse me. Lee back at the service line. Heights leading by 2. They rolled in the first set. Vang sending that one over. Williams able to get to it. Oops, a little miscommunication, but Williams stayed with it. And fortunate bounce there for Jama. She got it to roll over the, hitting it off the tape.
Very fortuitous bounce there for her, just off that tape and landing in the court to catch him off guard.
Lee serving here, still for Heights. Oops, near collision there, made the setter run a ways for it. Bergen then will send it too long.
I think Heights has set the back row for an attack as much as they set the front row, with some success, by the way, but they certainly rely on their back row attacks as part of their offense.
And I think they've been forced into, and that one not on target, obviously. I was going to say they've been forced into making some passes that aren't as strong, and so Howard Reynolds, I think her options have been more limited in this second set because of that.
Yep, you're right. It certainly has been dictated by the quality of their passes off the serve receive.
Like that. Had to go a long way to get it and just had to pass it overhand. Williams gets to that ball. They come middle for Bevis. And that time, double contact called there on Lynch, so Highlanders will get the point. Walker serving. Ooh, tough serve, but Williams got there.
Nice shot by Lynch there to save that ball and push it to an open spot. Lynch has done that a couple times tonight with some success. A tight pass, pushing up, using her athleticism to make an attack out of it and convert it into a point.
Aldrich with the serve now for Brooklyn Center. It was a good one, but pretty well handled there by Howard Reynolds. And denied on the block as Bevis gets the block for Brooklyn Center, and we're even up at 18.
Yeah, Bevis was left alone here for the block, and she executed perfectly. Big point for the blocker there.
And that's an ace.
Serve was too tough to handle there. This is their first lead of the game here, isn't it? Actually, other than early on in the set, yes.
Yeah, early they did. And that'll be an ace. You can kind of tell things are just going a lot better for Brooklyn Center in this set as Aldrich rolling that one over the net.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the momentum's shifted a little bit, and they're getting all the right bounces now.
Oops, just as we say that, service error, so 20-19.
Maybe I should just keep my mouth shut for the BC fans out there.
Kaiseth will serve for Heights. Now Vang has passed the ball quite a bit better here in the second set than she did the first. She was struggling. Here's Williams, had it denied. Had a tip with the left hand, and Bergen has a pretty good-sized middle, timed that up perfectly.
Yeah, Bergen did a nice job of staying home and recognizing that pass. That set took Williams inside, recognized that, and made a nice block.
Vang will send it over. Now Bergen getting an opportunity there, but pounds it way too long.
So for BC, they're going to want it. I mean, they're kind of on borrowed time here. Bergen's up in the front row where she can really do a lot of damage, but so far they've withstood this test.
Javiana Lynch serving here for Brooklyn Center, and that one was double contact called. So 22-20. make it 23 as the Highlanders looking a little shaky here.
You know, Coach Awesome's going to let his young team play without calling a timeout here. They're going to figure this out in this swing here.
And a collision. They're just not moving their feet very well right now. 24-20.
Yeah, it's definitely a combination of bad passing, lack of communication right now, and indecisiveness as to who's going to take that ball. I think it has kind of plagued the Highlanders the last several points.
Lynch had a good run, but serves that one into the net, so 24-21. But no margin for error now for Heights, as Jama will serve.
Jama's had some success here with them short serves the last several rotations when she's had to go back there.
And a hitting error there, and Brooklyn Center is going to win set number 2. Boy, a much different looking set. Centaurs were kind of overwhelmed in that first set, but they come back strong and take set number 2, 25-21. So we will go to set number 3 now, tied up at 1 apiece here on CCX.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
And welcome back here to Brooklyn Center. Heights on the road here came in and took it to Brooklyn Center in the first set, but Centaurs played a much stronger second set and ended up pulling out a win, 25-21. So we are tied up at 1-1 heading into set number 3. Again, the first time these teams met, it went 5, and Columbia Heights won, although the Highlanders were much more short-handed than they are tonight.
Major credit, though, to BC in that second set for just rebounding and not mailing in after having a pretty decisive loss in that first set.
Williams missing with the first serve, and she started the second set with a nice run of, I think it was 3 or maybe 4 points to begin the set with good serves, and then this time missed the corner.
She definitely is their spark plug out there. She's all over the court, keeping balls alive.
Zakaya Howard-Reynolds, the setter for Heights, or one of the setters, is starting with the serve here, and she's generally a good passer, but that time not quite, and it's 1-1.
That was a tough ball to handle, tagged by Olsen there, going cross court. It kind of caught Howard-Reynolds flat-footed, having to go the opposite way.
Olsen's serve is going to be wide.
Pretty much in the general vicinity as when Williams tried to serve her first ball in this set.
Here's Bergen, who will serve it up. Like we said, Williams probably the top player for BC. I think you could say the same about Bergen for Columbia Heights.
Yep.
Howard-Reynolds trying to fight that one off. She actually got the ball up enough that they should have been able to play it, but just, again, indecisive on who's going to take that next ball.
You know, it was a nice attack by Aldridge. She's tried to go down the line several times tonight without any success. That time she made a nice turn on that ball to go down and make it hard for Howard-Reynolds to complete that pass.
Come to the middle, but Bevis unable to clear the net there with that one, so Highlanders get to serve back here, and Dumoulin will serve. And it's an ace. Dumoulin had a good first set. I think she was subbed out quite a bit more in the second, and I think that, affected them. She was playing really well. I think there, an opportunity to give more players. You win that first set easy, you kind of change things up a little bit, and I think it kind of hurt their rhythm, but at the same time, you understand why that's happening too for their coaches and want to get everybody in there and get warmed up.
Yeah, you're right. Dumoulin was definitely a big factor in that first set, scoring on a number of points.
And just when we talk her up there, a little misfire on the serve. Aldrich heading back to the service line for Brooklyn Center. Two Highlanders end up going for that one. Luckily, they didn't quite collide.
Nice dig, Bergen.
Bergen looking to get some downward spin on that one, but didn't quite get it done.
You know, she was almost finished it off there with a big back row attack. Just couldn't get enough topspin to bring it back in the court.
Aldrich, a good tough serve, and it's an ace. Looks like they maybe have kind of talked about trying to go to that line. A couple players have missed it, but that one was a difficult ball to handle there for Jama. Free ball chance here for the Centaurs. Here's Williams, a big swing, but it's dug up. Tip to the middle. Good scramble point there for the Centaurs. Now Bergen able to roll that one over.
You know, big difference between that swing and her previous swing, where this one she took something off of it and made sure that she, was able to get that ball in the court. It did hit the tape and rolled down in the court, but I think she learned from the previous swing that she didn't need to attack it on at full speed.
Walker the serve, her team leading by a point. And that ball just out. It was going to be a tough one to do much with for Jama anyway. She's kind of, I think, as she was running, hoping it wasn't going to land in.
Fortunately for her teammates called her off on that. I think she was about to play it.
So a 7-5 lead for Heights. And that one will be wide. And even though that one ended up not being a great pass, Vang certainly, as we said, has stepped up her game. And she just looked a little out of sorts passing the ball in that first set, and Heights was attacking her, but she's gotten a lot better.
She has, and she certainly was one of the difference makers in the second set. Just more effective with her back row play.
And it was a ball handling error anyway, and it wasn't on target either, so Williams couldn't have really done anything with it anyhow. And Michaela Walker to serve again as her team up by 4. Oops. Pulling back off that ball was Bevis, and Williams maybe called for it, but they just weren't quite on the same page.
And the location of that set was right between the middle and the outside here. There definitely was indecision in both of them. No one really knew where it was going.
Come to the middle, and that one's going to be too long from Bevis. And Heights. This is what Brooklyn Center was able to keep them from doing in the second, was getting any kind of runs like this.
I think right now it's Brooklyn Center's unforced errors on the offensive side that's winning the points for Columbia Heights.
And that one put away nicely by Jama. She was able to get a good full swing in on that one. She's had a few misses along the way, but attacked aggressively there.
BC put up 2 blocks here, good blocks, and good job on Jama finding the gap in between those two and finding that corner in the right side.
Walker will serve up an ace. It's another thing they've done better again here in set 3 is serve very tough.
They definitely have gotten more aggressive, back to their aggressive serving ways in this set compared to set 2.
Coach Martinez will call a timeout on the Brooklyn Center side here as Highlanders kind of probably thinking, okay, this is more like it after that. It looked, sometimes it can come a little too easy for you. I mean, even though they haven't won many matches this year or whatever either, that first set, it kind of maybe just started to just relax and feel like, well, we can just kind of do whatever we want out here and it's going to work out. And I think they kind of found out that that's not the case. So having to bounce back a little bit as we get a look at the standings in the Tri-Metro. These teams down at the bottom right now with St. Croix Lutheran leading Holy Angels by 1 game in the conference play, and De La Salle in a strong spot at number 3. But we said Heights getting a nice win over Richfield on Friday to pick up their 2nd win of the season. And, you know, both coaches said, even though this has been a shortened season and a kind of a strange season, that they have seen, you know, progression, improvement from the beginning till now, and that's what you like to see too. It makes you feel like, you know, your practices are really paying off when you see that.
Absolutely, especially when both these teams are so young. I mean, you know, Columbia Heights only has 1 senior on their team.
And Brooklyn Center, same.
Brooklyn Center the same way. And so they start a number of really underclassmen, players who really don't have a lot of varsity experience up until this year. So this is only going to bode well for them in next year and the years beyond. You can definitely see some of the talent with the younger players. I mean, for Columbia Heights, you know, you've got 2 more years of Bergen here who's going to lead your team. She's having quite a bit of success now. I imagine with, you know, just a more maturity, more experience, she's going to get even better.
Good strong hit there by Bevis. Highlanders able to recover though and send it back. And kept alive there by Dumoulin. Here's Williams. And they weren't quite there on the timing on that one, so a point for the Highlanders. Good rally.
Yeah, really good rally. I mean, one of the things I want to talk about, going back to the youth of this team, you know, Bevis, the middle hitter for Brook BC, is only a freshman, and she's had some success already. Give her some more experience. She's going to be a good little player in a year or 2.
Vang digging that one up. Here's Williams getting an opportunity and read it well, tips over the block. You know, just by watching her, that she likes to be aggressive and take a full swing, but that time really made the right play.
Yeah, she's definitely an aggressive player, but I think she has savvy enough to know how to mix it up and use her smarts sometimes to win some points versus her you know, her strength.
And that will be ball handling error there against the Highlanders. And that good short serve started that. It kind of threw them off.
Yeah, I think the Highlanders are expecting a deeper ball and had some troubles handling it coming in.
And there again, a little lack of communication, but it's going to work out for the Highlanders. Bevis tried to take a swing on that overpass.
I think it caught BC off guard. I don't think they actually thought it was going to go over. I didn't think it was
I didn't think so either,
especially from the angle we have here.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't think it was either. And Heights, like you said earlier, sometimes better be lucky than good, and they were on that point. I don't have very good range anymore. That ball came our way and everything out. Kaiseth will serve here for Columbia Heights. Her team up by 10 here in set 3. We're even at 1 set apiece.
Nice dip. Oh, yeah.
Bergen went too long with that one. Looked like there was a little mix-up on who was going to take that ball, as Jama was ready to attack it as well, and I think Bergen kind of heard the footsteps behind her. Hang with the serve. Williams, nice placement on that one, deep corner.
Really a nice shot on that attack by Williams. Aggressive swing, finding this corner here in that open spot, just short of that line.
Then Vang with the service error. So Jama to serve here for Heights and gives it right back.
Jama's had a few aces tonight on those short serves. I think she tried to do a little short serve again, just didn't have enough to get over that net.
So Nayeli Williams to serve here for Brooklyn Center, and too much on that one. So we've went back-to-back service errors here, and Heights will get the point, and that's obviously right now BC can't afford to just trade points with this deficit.
No, I think, and that was one of their best servers in the rotation. They really could have used a long run of points there.
Then we'll send it over. Now Bergen pushing it deep. Centaurs scramble but get it over. And that one's going to be too long off the right arm of Dumoulin.
Good idea by Dumoulin, trying to go down that line. She's got caught with a kind of a short arm and wasn't able to get on top of that ball to impart that topspin on it.
Emma Olson to serve here for Brooklyn Center, trailing at 19-11. Oh, and Heights got fortunate there. They got it over, but Aldrich's eyes lit up as she was able to attack that ball easily, and Heights was well out of position after having to scramble to play that ball over.
Aldrich is thinking, that's my best set of the night here. I'm going to take it full advantage. Good job by her to be ready for that overpass.
Olsen, another good serve, and Heights. That's one thing you'd be kind of disappointed about if you're the coaches is, you know, this year without fans in here, you should all be able to hear each other, but they've had, you know, maybe a little poor communication at times. You want somebody to really be aggressive and say it's my ball, but there's a lot of times when two players are both going for it.
Yeah, some indecisiveness that contributes to that.
And we see exactly that on this point.
Exactly. Now some of the Highlanders are talking about it. Is that my ball, your ball, who is it? And so that's Coach Awesome's calling a timeout and trying to settle the troops down and start talking about and emphasizing communication. They've lost a few points recently just on who's going to take that ball.
We remind you of our CCX Sports Play of the Week. Each Monday, 4 new plays go up on our website, ccxmedia.org, and check them out every week and vote for the winners. We had some good response this fall here, and be sure to look for that again on our website, ccxmedia.org. As 19-14 Columbia Heights. Now, okay, they're still up 5, but they were seemingly kind of gliding along here toward winning this third set, and now it's changed a little bit. And Coach Awesome, I think, talking to them probably about that, you know, we got to be more decisive and communicate a little bit better, because it really feels like the last 4 or 5 points, almost all of them have featured them running into each other a little bit at some point or another.
They were so much more aggressive in the first half of this game, and then all of a sudden we're seeing them decide, you know, one bad pass, and then they realize who's going to take that next ball, and it kind of cascades.
And again, same kind of deal there. They do get it over, though, and that pass was a tough one. And Olsen wide with it as she tried to send it over.
It's a tough ball for Olsen to try to attack that, especially since that, you know, where she was located, well outside of the antenna. It would have been a tough angle for her to try to convert.
Bergen, one of the better servers for Heights. Try and extend their, get a little run going for them. And there again, collision time.
I think Bergen usually plays the middle back there, and in that case, I think Jama kind of crowded that middle and took that ball. I think Bergen was expecting to play.
Kurtler to serve here for Brooklyn Center. Her team down 20-15. Williams able to dig that one up nicely. And then a misfire for Aldrich. 6-point lead for Heights. Here's Dumoulin. And ball handling there as backpedaling was Lynch.
That was a tight call he made.
Yeah, I was almost thinking the same thing. You're more an expert than I, so I would defer to you on that, but it wasn't a real obvious one, I didn't think. And that pass not finding the setter, and now Columbia Heights to within a couple of points of trying to go ahead 2-1 here, 23-15. Dumoulin's been a good server. No, I don't want to jinx her here, but she's been an effective server for them tonight.
Should
have known that was coming.
Oh, she's thinking, Jay, get off my side, right?
Exactly. So Aldrich to serve now for Brooklyn Center. That's a good, tough serve there, and Dumoulin not able to get squared up underneath it.
That was a low penetrating ball, had a lot of float to it. Tough ball to handle.
Another good, tough serve. Bergen, though, handles this one. Good job by Lynch to dig that one up. And a misfire there by Jama. BC is not done yet. 23-18.
They've been fighting all game here, and you've kind of ridden them off. They've come back. They've ridden them off. They've come back again.
And that one is going to be long, though, so set point chance for Columbia Heights.
I wonder if she was distracted there by the cheer, the yell, and immediately when she was serving, when someone yelled balls up there, it seemed like it kind of threw her off a little bit.
Walker to serve here for Heights, trying to put away a win in this third set. Down the line, but wide, and there's a point for Columbia Heights as they will indeed win this third set. 25-18 Highlanders, so the visiting Columbia Heights club going up 2-1. Our fourth set is on the way up next year on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Columbia Heights leading 2-1 as we go to set number 4 here from Brooklyn Center High School. They really won easily in set 1. Then set 2, Brooklyn Center came back nicely and ended up pulling out a close one. It looked like set 3 was going to be another breeze for Heights. BC battled back to make it somewhat interesting. It never felt quite like they were going to catch up all the way, but at least got a little bit something going that maybe they can use momentum-wise heading into the fourth.
There was definitely several shifts of momentum in that set for Brooklyn Center. It's like all of a sudden they decide, I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to run up a whole bunch of points, then take a few points off, and then all of a sudden run it on. Unfortunately for them, got too late in that game, and then the Highlanders were able to close it out.
So it'll be Sakaya Howard Reynolds to serve here for Columbia Heights as we begin this fourth set. And starts it off with a serve into the net, so BC will quickly get it. Brooklyn Center, again, it's their last match of the season. Their district shutting down athletics due to COVID-19 numbers in the area. Not necessarily numbers within the school, I don't think, but it's more so just the community as a whole. Great dig after the strong attack by Bergen. Bergen says, dig this.
Good response. I mean, a couple great digs by Olsen there, but Bergen, it didn't deter her from staying aggressive and then finally terminating that ball.
Not necessarily the longest rally, but probably the most fun point of the whole match right there, I think. Bergen to serve here for the Highlanders. Gets that pass on target, and now they come outside, and Dumoulin missed long.
Dumoulin's had a couple of those attempts tonight where she's a little ahead of that ball, and the same result where in back there she's able to, she can't turn on that ball because her timing's just a little off.
And there again we get a little confusion and tripping over each other a little bit for the Highlanders. By the way, Brooklyn Center, that second set, first time they had won a set against anybody since that first match with Columbia Heights back on October 9th. So kind of a noteworthy thing for them. And a swing and a miss there by Heaven Gigi for Heights. Centaurs up big here early in the fourth. Sheridan Zek serving. Into the outside for Williams, cross court, but missed with that one.
Good swing, good attempt or idea by Williams. She didn't miss by much, but pretty solid play all the way around there. Now, BC wants to get a big lead here. This is when they've got to do it. Bergen's in the back row where she can do less damage, although we've seen her do some damage in the back row. That doesn't help by letting a serve drop, though. But, offensively, you think that BC would have the advantage in the front row right now when Bergen's in the back row.
Dumoulin dropped that one in for an ace, and we'll try and tie it up here. Kind of same area, and Olsen has generally been a decent passer, but not that time. She didn't really get her body squared.
No, she was definitely sideways as the ball came by her, and her platform pointed to the sidelines.
Dumoulin missing there. Sometimes you kind of get caught up into trying, concentrating too hard on trying to hit a spot, I think, and that might have been the case with her right there.
She went try to go back to that well where she's had success.
Lynch to serve here for Brooklyn Center with her team leading by a point here in the fourth. And a ball handling error there by Walker. Near collision, but they keep it going, and then rolled over there by Aldrich. Dumoulin will push it wide, and the Centaurs' lead is 3 again.
They're not giving up. So far, a good start for the Centaurs.
Lynch with a great serve there, and it'll be an ace.
What's happened is that Howard Reynolds, their setter for the Highlanders, has to run a long ways to get to that pass. And when it's a short pass, that makes it even extremely more difficult for her to get to that ball. It's happened several times now in this set, including right there.
Free ball chance there, but Gigi unable to do anything with it.
Sakaya's got to run through quite a bit of traffic in order to track down this pass to make a set.
Off the block and score it for Aldrich. And Brooklyn Center rolling here in the fourth so far, leading 10-4.
The Highlanders are having a tough time with this serve receive right now. Can't get in the system.
Williams got away a pretty decent pass. They tried to come back to her and tried to swat that one over with the left hand, but fourth hit there. So Heights finally breaks the
I think they
string.
called a net on the Highlanders.
Oh,
point
you're
BC.
right. You're right.
Yeah, they called a net on Walker there.
So Lynch's service run will continue for Brooklyn Center. Sent over, but just too long from Aldrich.
A nice stretch of points, though, for the Centaurs. You know, part of it was due to the Highlanders having a tough time with the serve receive.
And there's an ace by Walker, trying to get her team rolling a little bit here in this fourth set.
Slow ball just died right when it crossed that net.
And that time Lynch trying to attack the second ball there and instead put it right into the net. So the Highlanders within 4.
Good idea by Lynch, just not enough elevation to get that ball over the net.
And tipped over by Lynch. Dug up there by Vang. Now Williams maybe trying to do a little too much. He had a lot of movement going there. So Walker has helped to get her team right back in this one after they started off very slow. And score the kill there for Aldrich as the blocker was on the way down.
Yep.
GG.
She got that, you just called it correctly there. She got that blocker all the way down and off the deflection of the hands, just fall right behind her. Set up by a nice pass, by the way, and Vang to get them back in the system.
Aldrich serving error there for the Centaurs. Kaiseth will come off the bench, the libero to serve here for Columbia Heights. Bang, will send that one too deep.
The Highlanders have their main go-to player now in the front row, and Bergen. Let's see if they can make a big run, and they're probably going to give her a heavy dosage of balls to hit.
Collision there for the Centaurs as they tried to pass that ball, Vang and Lynch. So Heights to within 1. And not quite able to get that one over was Kurtler. Little change of pace. I think it would have been trouble for Heights had it gone over, but couldn't quite get it.
Definitely would have been a tough ball to handle. Just hit the tape and bounce back on her side.
Bang, hustling over to get to that one. Highlanders get a free ball chance here. Bergen, and the blocker at least got a piece of it. Now ball handling error there.
Well, they called a lift, I believe, on Kurtler there. I didn't see that.
I thought it was going to be against Bergen, to be honest,
Yeah.
if there was one or the other.
I thought Kurtler made some heads-up play with that, starting with that block, and then, oh, I see what they did. They called her for that lift. It kind of a little bit of a throw. I've seen worse.
And there's Kurtler with a swing and a miss as she's kind of gotten a little out of sorts here, it looks, in the last couple. Sometimes momentum builds in a good way or in a bad way for you, unfortunately. And right now, I think Coach Martinez kind of sensing that on his side and said, oh, let's get a little timeout here.
Yeah, smart call by Coach Martinez. You know, they've been in control for most of this game, and except for the last 4 or 5 points here where Highlanders have come back, but you know, they're playing definitely much better ball. A couple bad calls going their way here, but you know, good call by him to kind of get them straightened out here, to figure all this out, and maybe they can change that momentum back to their favor.
So look at what we've got coming up for game telecasts here on CCX, and we spend a day finding out about all kinds of football games being changed around, but we hope these are going to occur as planned here with Park Center against Southwest on Tuesday night, and then Armstrong's game with Elk River Saturday. We've got maybe one of our best volleyball matchups of the regular season, I would say, Maple Grove Champlin Park coming up the day before Thanksgiving. And again, that bottom line, unfortunately, everybody knows this fall, very true. Schedule subject to change, as we've had to do a lot of tap dancing around with some different games lately here. Serve too long, boy, but Kaisa, even though she missed that one, she's had really a crucial run of serves there, I think, for Columbia Heights. So here's Williams to serve for BC. Highlanders having to scramble there.
Oh, yes.
Ball was good for Kurtler.
I think Kurtler found that line. Let's Williams has been a fairly aggressive server with some mixed success. Let's see if she takes something off just to keep that ball in bounds and to give him a chance.
Nope, missed on the serve there, so able to tie it, but then the Highlanders go back in front after that missed serve, so Yama will serve now for Heights. Send over there by Fisher. They'll come back again, right side to Fisher. And Williams maybe trying to do a little too much there. I think kind of cut across in front of a teammate, and Highlanders will end up with the point.
Yeah, I think that was definitely heading to Vang, and she was all camped out for that. Tougher ball for Williams to handle, and I think that was the reason why she kind of pushed it to the side.
Jama with a short serve there. And Fisher, a misfire for the Centaurs. They'll come for Bergen, pushing it and tipped over by Kurtler. Good roll shot there, but Williams with a great dig for Brooklyn Center. Oops, and then that one was mishandled there. As Lynch kind of was caught in between.
I think early in that point should have gone to the Highlanders anyways, because Lynch tried to convert an attack ball, and she's actually a back row player, so it's an illegal attack. But I think it looks like the ref may have missed it, but it worked out the same for the Highlanders.
Bergen able to get that one off the tape. The set wasn't exactly where she wanted, but she stayed with it well.
Well, she looked like she was going to attack with one arm and swing, and all of a sudden, the last second, she then kind of threw it over with both her hands.
Fisher, they're giving her quite a few opportunities, and strong hit there. Ooh, a nice tip to the outside by Dumoulin. Wasn't a whole lot of room to get that one down, but she made it work.
She certainly threaded that needle. I mean, it was smart play, kind of misdirected play here back to her left side to find that gap. It was a nice wall that the two BC players put up.
And Jama looking for that line, but misses. Centaurs trying to chip away and battle back into this one, down 20-15. It will be Emma Olson, the sophomore, to serve.
Olson, I believe, had a nice run of serves the last time she was back there.
Dumoulin had that one off the tape, did not get blocked. It's a fourth hit there. So Centaurs within 4. And that one's going to miss.
Good save.
I didn't want my water going all over the floor here. So. Oh, and that one's going to scrape over. Williams trying a foot save there on Takaya Howard Reynolds' ace serve.
Just barely getting over the tape there.
And that pass will be into the bench, and 23-16. Highlanders, I think, smelling a win here. This should actually be a winning streak for them if they're able to get. They got the win Friday.
2 in a row.
Banks sending it over. Tough ball, but she got it over. And Bergen missing long. So Centaurs still hanging in.
Good swing by Bergen, still being aggressive. Wanted to put that exclamation mark on this game.
Kurtler, the serve for BC, but it's into the net. So 24-17, a game and match point chance for Columbia Heights, and it will be Lila Bergen at the service line here for the Highlanders. Williams hustling up to play it, but then the next ball into the net. And Columbia Heights will score the win here in this fourth set, 25-17. And that gives them the victory here in 4 sets here tonight. And, you know, after that first set, though, we were thinking, oh, Brooklyn Center is going to be a really long night. I was glad to see them fight back and win that second set, but then make the third and fourth competitive also. You know, I think Highlanders may be a little more talented team overall, but at least it played it well enough to be an interesting match.
Well, absolutely. You can see why both coaches are very encouraged by the future of these programs. They're playing a lot of young kids here, and this is really valuable experience for subsequent seasons. And there's some talent on for the younger levels of these both of these teams here. I expect them to be competitive in subsequent seasons. Go in the off season, play some club ball, get some more training, get some more experience, and come back next year ready and to compete.
So good luck to the Highlanders the rest of the way. And as we mentioned, Brooklyn Center, this will be wrapping up their 2020 season here in this COVID-19 shortened season as the Highlanders win at 25-8, 21-25, 25-18, and 25-17. That'll do it for tonight's match from Brooklyn Center. For all of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night.